Inside his garage, Charlie works on repairing the plane his wife Sarah gifted him for his birthday. Sarah steps in to tell him she's leaving soon for a business conference in London. She invites him to come along once more, but Charlie declines, saying he has too much work. Not long after, Charlie makes his way to CIA headquarters. On his route to the decryption and analysis department, he passes through a series of security scanners devices he designed himself before finally reaching his desk. Suddenly, Charlie receives a message from Inquulin, a mysterious figure he's been in contact with for years. As usual, Inquulin offers valuable classified intel, but warns that this time, the documents could put the CIA in danger. Charlie tries to guess where Inquulin is and suggests Istanbul, but the response brushes off his guess. He begins reviewing the files, but, to his surprise, even his genius can't crack the code. After his lunch break, Charlie returns to his office and answers a call from Sarah, who says she's arrived in London. He already knows he's been tracking her location. They exchange only a few words before Charlie hurries back to the encrypted files. Still unable to solve them, he takes his computer into a restricted area with advanced systems. After some effort, the encryption finally breaks, and he's stunned by the results: top-secret documents revealing a drone strike staged as a suicide bombing, sanctioned and hidden by the CIA. The news clips report 150 casualties, including French Special Forces and Danish Marines. The mastermind, Chief Moore, Charlie's own boss. That night at home, Charlie tries calling Sarah, but she doesn't pick up, so he leaves a voicemail. The following morning, he arrives at work to find Moore waiting, ready to take him to O'Brien, the newly appointed director. O'Brien informs Charlie of a terrorist assault at a London hotel where Sarah was among the victims. Charlie refuses to accept it and reaches for his phone to call her, but Moore switches on the TV. The reporter explains that attackers stormed the hotel, taking 4 hostages and killing 2. Moore then plays security footage, showing chaos and confirming Sarah's death. When Charlie returns home, reporters swarm outside, while police try to hold them back. A friend helps him slip inside without interference. The next day, Charlie confronts Moore and supervisor Caleb, deeply suspicious of the event. He can't believe the terrorists slipped past London's countless cameras and heavy traffic. Moore assures him an investigation is underway, but Caleb sends him home. The following day, Charlie goes to the airport to retrieve Sarah's body and her belongings. At home, he checks her suitcase and finds a gift she'd bought for him, causing him to break down. Restless, he returns to work and uses the restricted computer to hack into hotel and nearby street cameras. He reconstructs a timeline of the attack and presents it to his superiors. The footage shows the 4 terrorists stealing a vehicle in the East End, then entering through the hotel's service area, erasing all prints and DNA. They had a meeting with Impact Investments from Indonesia, but a fight erupted in the corridor. One of the firm's guards was shot dead, another critically wounded. Security was alerted, and police were called immediately. Trying to escape, the attackers stormed a conference room, taking hostages. Sarah was captured while helping others flee. Using voice and facial recognition, Charlie identifies them: Mishka from Moscow, Laurence, a former South African Special Forces soldier, mercenary Horst, and ex-intelligence officer Gretchen. Caleb and Moore seem unsurprised, and they admit they're already on the case, sending Charlie to therapy. The next day, Charlie hides a chip inside his ID badge, bypassing scanners. In his office, he prints the classified files and uses a skimmer on the printer to create a digital copy. That night, he sits in a bar staring at a jukebox. The next morning, he confronts his superiors with the files, listing Moore's dirty missions, including bombing a Syrian hospital and an Allied base in Yemen. These operations caused thousands of civilian deaths. Charlie threatens to expose them to the media, revealing he set a dead man's switch. If he doesn't enter a code every 5 hours, the evidence will be released. In return for silence, he demands CIA training, fake passports, cash, a gun, and information on Sarah's killers. Moore doubts the switch but can't risk it. Caleb speculates on how Charlie copied the files, suspecting a skimmer on the printer. Security footage shows him buying a magnetic strip, but they can't tell how he smuggled it in. Searching his house, they discover he visited a bar twice. At the bar, they find an ABBA CD in the jukebox that only plays Static Charlie's hidden storage device. Meanwhile, Charlie begins CIA training with Colonel Henderson. At the shooting range, he struggles to hit targets unless close. However, he excels in bomb-making, impressing Henderson. For identity training, Henderson harasses him to test his recall under pressure. Passports are prepared, and that night, Henderson tells him he's not a killer, but Charlie insists he wants justice. Henderson hands him a gun, asking him to aim. Charlie's hands tremble, and he lowers the weapon. At CIA HQ, agents decrypt the CD, learning the dead man's switch was a bluff. They inform their superiors, unaware Charlie is spying through a bug planted on the files. Moore orders Henderson to arrest him, but Charlie escapes and removes his earpiece. In London, Charlie heads toward Paris. His fake passport alerts the CIA, prompting Henderson to pursue him. In Paris, Charlie rents a hotel near Gretchen's favorite restaurant. He tracks her phone and then sneaks into her apartment, photographing her schedule and later noticing her frequent hospital visits. Hacking her records, he finds she has severe allergies. The next day, Charlie buys flowers and follows Gretchen to the hospital. Disguised as a doctor, he locks her in a machine, filling it with pollen, demanding Horst's location. She can't speak, so he frees her, but she attacks him. They fight until she escapes. Outside, she's hit by a car, and Charlie takes her phone. At the hotel, he cleans up and departs for Marseilles. News of Gretchen's death reaches the CIA. That night, Charlie drinks heavily, imagining Sarah dancing. He spots Henderson, panics, and runs to another bar. Henderson follows, cornering him, but Charlie triggers a bomb in the bathroom and escapes in the chaos. The next day, he contacts Inquulin and flies to Turkey. In Istanbul, he encounters a woman named Inquulin. She explains that after her husband was killed, she inherited his hacking skills and entered the underground world herself. Tired of constantly being on the run, she confesses that if she's ever caught, she won't let herself be taken alive. As they discuss the case, she reveals key details. Horst hires mercenaries for Moore, Laurence is involved in arms dealing, and Mishka frequently travels, documenting his journeys online. Facial recognition links Mishka to a woman in Spain. Caleb tells his team to watch the terrorists for signs of Charlie. O'Brien warns Moore to stop unauthorized ops, but he feigns support. Later, Henderson is spotted in Spain, and O'Brien sends her own agent. Charlie and Inquulin track Mishka to a Madrid hotel, learning he often swims in a rooftop pool. Charlie hides a device there and follows Mishka to a bar, spotting a CIA agent. Inquulin warns him to abort, but he insists. Confronting Mishka at the pool, Charlie threatens to break the glass unless told Horst's location. Mishka ignores him, swimming away, but the glass shatters, killing him. Inquulin warns Henderson is closing in, prompting Charlie to flee. Henderson is attacked by O'Brien's agent, leading to a brutal fight in a laundry room. Charlie considers helping but runs. O'Brien later questions Moore, showing hotel footage proving Charlie had help. Caleb's team reviews Charlie's encrypted chats, uncovering Inquulin's identity. That night, Charlie and Inquulin sleep near each other for comfort until agents approach, forcing them to escape. They flee through a secret passage, evading drones and agents as files are wiped from Inquulin's home system. On the beach, they reach her car but come under heavy fire from both land and sea. Inquulin is mortally wounded. Charlie takes the wheel, shaking off their pursuers before leaving her body behind. The next day, he contacts Laurence, posing as an arms dealer. Charlie travels to Romania, setting up fake Berlin footage to mislead the CIA. When Laurence arrives, Charlie traps him with bombs, demanding Horst's location. Laurence reveals Horst operates in Russian waters and communicates via coded messages from his men. After handing over his phone, Laurence is killed by the bombs. The CIA realizes too late that the Berlin feed was fake. In Moscow, Charlie opens Sarah's gift a puzzle with a heartfelt message. At the port, he sends a code to Horst's men, identifying a boat. After tracking its yacht registration, he studies possible routes. As he approaches the vessel, Charlie is knocked out and taken to Horst, who challenges him to kill face-to-face. Charlie refuses, revealing he has hacked the yacht's systems. The yacht changes course toward Finland, where the Finnish Navy and Interpol arrest Horst and his crew. Later, O'Brien announces the arrest of corrupt agents exploiting CIA resources. Henderson praises Charlie's work. After visiting Sarah's grave, Charlie returns home and finally takes his plane for a flight. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next content.